Start. So good afternoon and thank you for your time. This morning we did something about how to invite and how to close the deal. And now we are looking at how to present the deal. When we say the deal, we are talking about the business model. And I think in the morning we said something which I will rehash, that we are in a midst of adversity. The COVID-19 pandemic has hit us very hard, and the outcome of it, every adversity turns out in two areas. Either it comes with an equal or greater, opportunities. So we are fortunate to have found ourselves in this industry. Regardless of what is happening, we are still making it. Okay, and the network marketing industry is the industry now having an exponential growth regardless of what is happening. And also to tell you that there are basically three things we need to always remember as members of World Ventures. Our business portfolio, the first thing we offer as benefits is for people to save up to 75% in booking, doing direct booking, hotel booking. Okay, they save up to 75%. In other words, if the cost of probably a room is $100, you are paying $25, and which is why we are excited and we have joined this company. Maybe you don't know, but this is what is brought to the fore. At any time, we book, we do direct booking, or we want to spend some time somewhere. This is the first benefit. The second is the fact that we have the ability, or we have the opportunity to experience over 5,000 plus 4-star and 5-star vacation packages. All right, and these comes in a fraction of the cost. So, for instance, I use the Baja Mexico cruise, $69, 5 days and 4 nights. The Phuket Thailand trip, $354. The Victoria Falls, that Phuket Island is $254. Victoria Falls is, $354, and you can discount up to 270 points. So this is the second one, and the last one, and also probably the most important one, is the fact that we are able to earn residual income from the sales of membership to the company. So this brings the business side. So the first one is the savings we make on direct booking. The second one is the trips that we are able to enjoy. And then the third one is the compensation, what we get as being independent representatives for the company. Now, this is the whole concept of World Ventures. Take note. So if we're going to learn how to present, we need to get these three, very correct. All right. The savings you make on direct accommodation, that goes with the silver platform only. And direct, let me go back, up to 75% savings in your next hotel accommodation. That's for silver members. They get this option when the direct flight booking engine that comes with $200,000 flight accident insurance, and that's what we said had a technology in there we call the race shrinker. And anytime you book a trip and there's a fall in tickets before you embark on the trip, the technology rebooks you on the lower ticket, or the lower the reduction, the reduced tickets, and then you get a refund out of that. So take note of that. So first is this one, second is the 5,000 plus trip. Now the 5,000 plus trips goes for gold, platinum, and titanium members only. All right, the silver member doesn't have access to this. And that's why we are saying that silver doesn't give that kind of value, because you have that direct access to the wholesale booking of the DREAMTRIPS silver platform, and then the flight booking engine. And remember, silver members do not accumulate any points. All right, they pay $25 one time, they pay a monthly fee of $25, and they do not recoup anything back. So somebody can decide to use that to do wholesale booking, maybe a company or something. They can do that. But for you to enjoy the full complement of the trip, it begins with gold. So this point, the second point, is for gold members, platinum, and then titanium. And then the compensation goes for everybody. Silver member can earn 50,000, gold member can earn 50,000, titanium, platinum 50 can earn, and the titanium member can also earn. So the business model is quite separate from the membership model. And as I said this morning, it's only when you travel that you see the difference between the gold and the silver and all that. But when it comes to remuneration or the compensation, it is what you put in that gives you in the output. I've talked about the fact that we are in almost 43 markets, and these markets have country-specific benefits. Those in the US have their own benefits. So if you are signing up someone and the person is in US, don't find out if the person is a resident. He has a physical address that they can send things to. And if the person prefers, if he's not an illegal immigrant, then you can decide to sign up the person under that. And then all the benefits that comes with it, you would know. They even have a payment schedule for the subscription. What we pay one time, they have a flexible schedule, for that. And I think those in the UK also have some expenditure that comes, with the other. They have a processing fee. I saw that in one of the downlines I was registering. So please ask so that you don't put all of them under Uganda, since you know that these guys can benefit from that. So I do ask of that question as well. Now, we also indicated that we have over 1 million members on road worldwide, and this picture is an actual DREAMTRIPS photo that was taken, all right, on one of their trips. So take note. And this brings to bear the opportunities we have. If our membership is 1 million and above, the world population is 7.5 billion. And then it means that we have not scratched the surface. Even Ghana, our population is 30 million. I don't know where you are. Probably in Nigeria, 180 billion. We have not started. So if we want to be rich in the next 6-7 years, it is possible. As we grow, more members are going to join. And the good thing is this is a personal selling model. So it is not a kind of advert that you're doing. It is you who brings the member in here. If we were to advertise in this, then I believe that I would have had this thing before their 15th year. But I got to know this year, precisely on the 11th of April. So we talked about also setting your big goals this morning. The goals for your personal goals for this deal is very, very important. If you don't have that vision, you're going to have a very big problem. So it's important that you do that. You set a very big goal, and then that dream, you dream big, you set the goals, and also you take action. I told you that I joined because I didn't understand that somebody was earning $50,000 every month. So that's my motivation. I also want to earn that. Yours might be your family, that you want to take them to a vacation. That's good. It could be any other thing. So I also asked this question: to what extent do you want to achieve this dream of ensuring that your goals and your dreams are achieved. To what extent do you want to do that? Now, we've gone through the foundation phase, which is the invite and the recruit. Now, we're going to move to the manage phase where you'll be managing people, but still in the invitation and the recruitment stage. After recruiting, we have had a system where the Zoom presentation is there for us to send people there. So we just do the invitation. But it's important we also start to do the presentation ourselves. It's important we understand, and I'm going to take you through just 15 minutes what to look for when you're doing the presentation. So how to present the deal. Now, I'm saying that you need to get the fact. Please, this thing is very, very important, because misrepresentation can cost us, so much. So first of all, one of the things you need to find out, what is the company's identity? Who is World Ventures? What is the company's identity? And that is where the issue comes in. You need to know when they were set up, the year that they were set up. 2, you need to know their location, all right, where they are headquartered. You need to know their membership. And you also need to know, all right, the number of awards that they have earned. And I'm going to demonstrate that to you. The number of awards that they have earned. Finally, which markets are they operating in? Which markets? So, 1, year of establishment. 2, where they are located. 3, their membership. All right. And also, the awards that they have won. And then lastly, we will be looking at, I said the last thing was what? No go. The last thing was what? Are you listening? So lastly, we want to look at the markets, which markets that they find themselves. And in the market, we are having 43 plus markets. In Africa, we have 7 regional offices, okay? 7 regional offices. Now, so company's identity. Now, what is the business portfolio? Now listen, this thing is very, very important. Now, this question keeps coming, that what do they do that they pay you so much? All right. Remember, World Ventures is a travel and tour company. That is their business proposition. All right. Because if we even want to go back to the identity, among the 5,000 fastest growing companies in the US, okay, we call them Inc. 5,000. World Ventures is placed 779. All right, they are among the 15% top notch. All right, in the area of direct selling, among the global 100 companies that were evaluated, World Ventures is placed 27th. Take note, that is the identity. So in that category of direct selling, they are the only direct selling company doing the travel and tour. All right, they are the only company doing that. So that is also another fact. So that makes them the travel and tour company. That's how they identify. So if they ask you any question as to why, what do we do in terms of the business portfolio, then you have to indicate that it's a travel and tour company. We organize trips for our members at a discounted rate. This company has partnered with over 5,000 destinations they organize these trips, okay? And by doing that, they buy the trips in bulk from these companies, these destinations, and then pay in advance. Because we have the size, we have over 1 million members, we are able to leverage on it, buy the trips in bulk, and then they defer the trips for the next 5 years or spread it across 5 years for members to enjoy. And because we are buying bulk, we get the wholesale pricing for the trips. So that is the business portfolio. All right, that is our portfolio. The third one is customers. Who are our customers? Our customers are the over 1 million, members we saw. All right, globally, they are all enrolled members, and these are our customers. And so when we are doing the presentation, we need to present these facts. Now, the other part, that is networking, all right? That I put networking there because when it comes to network marketing, people run away, oh, this is network marketing, so I'm not going to do. But yes, it is network marketing. It is like any other network marketing, but this is more rewarding. And it's the network marketing part that brings the business model. So the company believes it's a direct selling company. It believes in the direct selling model. So the fact of the matter is that they do not want to pay monies to the advertising company. They want to do personal selling. And they want members who are already enjoying the trips to take advantage of that and then become representatives for the company. And then when they sell membership to the company, they get paid based on commission arrangements. All right? So that is the fourth point, which is the fact. The last one is the testimonies. So we need to provide evidence that what we are saying is true. And that is where you see people coming in with their own personal testimonies. So these are the facts that we need to know. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to transition to one of the slides and then let you know these areas, these sections, and how it turns out, and probably present a portion of it for you to know. Now, once you are here, we're going to do this a couple of times. You also be given the opportunity, maybe 5 minutes, to present the company's identity for you to see if this can be done, all right? Or you present the business portfolio, or you present the number of customers that we have, or the networking aspect, that is the compensation and the business aspect, and also how to even do the testimonies, all right? So this one will take us to the next day. We will not be able to finish all of it. So let me end this one and then load. So let me do that. Yeah. So let's see. I'm seeing a message. Let me just read. Okay, the market. Okay, the market, yeah. Later, I'll tell you why I felt I'm being distracted. I'll tell you the reason why. So, all right, so, oh no, I don't need this, yeah. All right. So I'm going to show you the company's what identity. All right. So these are all, I mean, some sort of data to set the premise for the discussion. It's good that you let those who are going to listen to the presentation know what they stand to benefit. We were doing this earlier and realized that people join and they leave. So we have started telling you the benefits, and then this is going to excite them to even wait and then listen to the presentation. I've spoken about this. Now, you see, because we want to talk about the company's identity, more often than not, we tend to bring this slide first to establish the fact that the travel industry is the biggest industry in the world, okay? 8.1 trillion in terms of its net worth. So we try to establish that stance and say that computers, automobiles, and wellness and Hollywood, I mean, combined, if you combine these figures, it will not amount to what? Even the 8.1 trillion. Okay, we are talking about 10 billion, 300 billion wellness, 500 billion automobile, and 280 billion. When you add it together, it doesn't even amount to, let me see, 280, 300, maybe 1 point something, I mean, trillion. And we are talking about what? 8.1 trillion. And we established this stance because we want them to know that if there's any industry to look at now, all right, going forward after the COVID pandemic, this is the industry you need to target so that you can also get your share out of this. So we established that stance, all right? Then we come to the identity of the company. We mentioned the name of the company, indicating that its mantra or its slogan is that we make a living. The company is located in US, Plano, Texas, exactly, that is the headquarters. The company is in all the 50 states in US. They have physical offices in US, physical offices. Now, when you are doing the presentation, it doesn't matter. You can write all these things down and then maybe project it somewhere and then read from it. Nobody is going to hold you. This is Zoom. So you are not enjoying to be talking off air as we are doing. When we were all starting, we all read from a script. It doesn't come just by chance, okay? But over time, you become an expert. So you can write what you want to say on a script and then be watching the script to read for each of the slides. Whatever you want to say in each slide, you can do that. So one other thing is that we said among the in 5,000 American fastest growing company, it is ranked what 779. It's part of what? The identity. It's also ranked 27 in the 100 direct selling what companies, okay? And it is the only travel and tour company in that category. They are ranked what? 27. That is still identity. Again, identity. What are the markets? 43 markets from Australia to France. In Africa, we have 7 regional offices, mostly in the southern and what? The eastern part. So we are saying that what is it now is the time, because they are not in the western and the central part. So these markets are very virgin markets. They are young markets. I mean, we've not even scratched the surface. So if the person comes to join us, the guests come to join us, then we are becoming the pioneers to start this whole process of building, I mean, this market so that we can also have our share. So that's the idea behind, I mean, talking about even in Africa. And the reason why, the fact that we have the advantage because the market is not even choked yet. But even if you look at the other countries, even in the US, what are the numbers for world ventures? All right, fiscal numbers. I don't think there are many. Okay, so in essence, the market everywhere is young. It's just that they have regional offices. Yeah, I believe that you might have even sent this thing to somebody in the US who has been there for maybe 20 years and have never heard of this. You know why? because they use the direct selling model. Please, just a minute, let me do something and come back, just as we are doing. Let me look at the chat. I think I saw something. Okay, so if I'm to present, are you sure other people have questions, but they are muted? Okay, no, but I asked them to unmute themselves. Okay, so I'm going back to the main presentation. Let's assume that I'm presenting on the company's identity. So I'm going to rearrange the slides in a way that, so let me take this thing off. This World Ventures. Let me take the DREAMTRIPS. Okay, so 4 slides. Company's identity. So let's go. So the company is World Ventures. The feedback. Is someone's okay. So the company is World Ventures. In World Ventures, we make a living. The company is located in US, precisely PLANO, Texas. It's represented in all the 50 states in the United States. It means that it has 50 physical offices in the United States. The company is part of the fastest growing companies in US, the fastest private companies in US. They are ranked 779. These fastest growing companies are rated by a kind of industry, they call it the Inc. 5000. It's like Club 100 also in Ghana. And Club 100 simply means fastest growing 100 companies in Ghana. And in the area of direct selling, they are ranked 27 based on the global 100 companies evaluated. And they are the only travel and tour company in that category. When you go online right now, then you Google the #1 travel and tour company in the world, you will see DREAMTRIPS, which is the flagship product of the company. In Africa, the company is in 7 regions. In other words, it has 7 regional offices in 7 countries in the eastern and the southern part. So we are saying that now is the time to become part of a pioneering agenda so that we can all help bring this concept to West Africa and probably spread across South Africa so that we can bring financial freedom to ourselves and our future generation. The company has won a number of awards, okay? World Travel Awards from 2013 to 2019. They swept almost everything. World Travel Award or Asia Travel Leading Travel Award, and then Asia Leading Online Travel Award, World Leading Creative Group, World Leading Travel Club Membership, World Leading Online Travel Agency, Europe's Leading Travel, and among others. We have about 1 million and over membership who are enrolled. And this is an actual picture that was taken on one of our trips, okay? So, folks, this is the identity of the company. So even if you are doing close-ups, all right, it is important that you remember some of these. You can write them down, share the video. This is the company's what? Identity. All right. Let's go back to the slide. This is the company's what? Identity. So the next thing, which will be the last thing for today, is the business portfolio. What kind of business do we do? What do we do? So the business portfolio is the dream trips that we organize. So let's go to the business portfolio. There's a slide I will later pick. So this slide can start with the business portfolio, because on this slide you can discuss the fact that the Dream Trips is the flagship product of the company. In fact, Kabute normally says it is the Netflix of the travel industry, or the Uber of the travel industry. Now, the Dream Trips app is the #1 greatest app in the world. Okay, that is it. And on this slide, we talk about the Dream Trips app and the fact that you receive access to exclusive excursions, group excursions, and all that. When you are doing the presentation at this stage, you can look on the screen and talk about these things. But it's important you also now talk about the business portfolio here. All right. So the first thing normally you see some of our presenters, they say, is the fact that the company does what we call leveraging. Leveraging means with our size of over 1 million members, we are able to partner with over 5,000 destinations. We buy the trips from them in bulk, and then we pay in advance. And because we are buying in bulk, we get the wholesale prices. And then they spread this bulk, packages that they bought over a period of 5 years for members to enjoy. So that is the package. And because we are unable to establish this premise very well, when we finish the presentation, there's another question that, so what do you do that you pay so much? All right. So at this stage, it's important to establish that this is what the company does. It is when members join and they travel that we are able to, what the company makes money. Is the main income, generating activity is to sell the travel packages to members. All right. So you join to do that. So that is the business portfolio. That is very, very important. So anytime this question comes up, then people begin to think that we are running a Ponzi scheme. But we can kill it when we are doing the presentation right here on this screen. So one, you write down the fact that the Dream Trips app is a flagship product. The other fact is that the company buys these trips with over 5,000 destinations, and then they buy it on wholesale with over 1 million members. They do leveraging, we call it law of size or economics of scale, and then they pay in advance. So just imagine you having a hotel and somebody telling you that, okay, I'm buying the rooms for the next 2 years, okay, and I'm paying you now. And that's what they do, and they're able to bid down the prices. And this is then rolled out for members. Then the next stage is now to go into details to give the packages and what it comes out to. You know, we are saying that the Dream Trip server gives you access to our wholesale booking hotel platform, okay, and also the flight booking engine. If you're a Dream Trip server member, you don't have access to the Dream Trips 5,000 trips. You are only constricted to the wholesale booking engine, and also the hotel platform. All right. Dream Trips Gold works this way. In addition to silver, what you enjoy, the wholesale booking and direct booking of our platforms, you also have access to the 5,000 trips per year. All right, 5,000 trips per year. Company handles all the back-end bookings and the reservations for you. Your subscription covers up to 8 people in your household, your wife and your kids below 18, and they call something significant other, any person who matters to you. All right, up to 8. But for you guys, we can tell you that the reality is that you can book for trips for more than 8 people, even 100 people for an excursion. If you send a mail to World Ventures, they will book all of them under your subscription and also give them the same discount. You ask that why? The reason is that they are travel and tour company. Remember, they bought the trips and paid in advance, and the trips are there. So as long as you travel, they make money. All right. And then the DREAMTRIPS Platinum. So let me talk about a little bit about the gold. After, getting all what silver gets, the gold also, the back-end bookings and all the arrangement. Please, the issue of visa lies in the bosom of the consulate or the embassy in that particular country. What we will do, or what Ventures will do, will provide all the documents to support your traveling. But you also, if there's a need for you also to provide something from your end, you need to do that. And most of the times, what I say is the reason why you don't get visas when you travel is the fact that they know that you're going to be a cost to the country. But once you are traveling on World Ventures and they know World Ventures that those who are members are VIP members, you almost always will get your visa. We have said that if even you don't have a traveling experience, you can try with the non-visa countries and then later try with the countries that require visa for you to enter. Remember that with gold, every expenditure on the trip, excluding tickets, which we have a solution to that, is covered. I mean every expenditure. So your transfer from the airport to the hotel, if you were to go to maybe Dubai, for instance, we are talking about, your inland transport. You are going to Palm Jumeirah, Safari Drive, maybe Burj Khalifa, Dubai Mall. If it is part of the excursion, you are not going to pay a dime. Your feeding, everything is covered. That's what we present to you as a gold member. Platinum is gold plus other features. You are using more of elite amenities, okay? Platinum members have a welcome at the airport. Platinum members have a welcome at the hotel with the champagne. Platinum members use elite facilities. So for instance, if gold is doing 4-star, platinum will do 5-star. Now, titanium is in a different realm. They have the credit to rent private jet and yachts. They have global visa support through the work of a concierge. A concierge is someone dedicated 24/7 to cater for your needs. So for DREAMTRIPS Titanium members, they don't go to the embassy for visa. They sit in the comfort of their homes, and the concierge services handles that for them. To the extent that if you want to move residents from where you are to another place, they can do that for you, and several other benefits that comes, with it. Now, I have stopped doing this part, but it's good for you to know. Now, in the presentation, when we have talked about the package, okay, what the company does, it's very important that we explain the levels. I don't add silver at this stage because silver doesn't give any value. The person enrolls as a silver member, and when he is not able to get his 4 at the first month, any money he pays, that money doesn't come back to him. All right? in terms of the monthly fees. It is gone. It's like a la carte. You go to hotel, you eat what you want, and then you leave. So we don't, as it were, prefer this option for, so I don't talk about it, but the silver gives you access to a direct hotel booking engine. You experience more, you travel for less, I mean, you save a lot, no blackouts, no restrictions, no limitations. And then we try to compare the silver platform to booking.com. We are still talking about the product. Do you get it? The silver platform and then the booking.com. So this was done on the 2nd March 2020. If you look at the top of the slide, you see this is a 5-star hotel and 2 guests in London. The hotel is Hilton on Park Lane. We are saying that whilst our booking engine is giving it to us at $841, booking engine is charging $1,625. And we say we are making a savings of 48%. It means that money that you have saved is 784. Money saved is always money what? Earned. And then now we talk about the Dream Trips, the cost for this one. $25 for the subscription. You pay that, and then you pay a monthly fee of $25, which will not come back to you. But that will give you access to the hotel booking engine. Okay? And then the gold, the platinum, and titanium is what we have here. We have apart from the Dream Trips, you have something they call creative travel. Now the creative travel is in its own level. Creative means that you are having a kind of a VIP treatment, all right? You are doing vacation, so we have vacations as part of the trips. And then we have Dream Trips itself, which all members meet globally, and then we meet at a point, and then we all enjoy. Dream Breaks is different from the Dream Trips. You can do that with your family and all that. And anytime escape, as the word implies, you can escape anytime. Anytime you want to go somewhere, you can do that. In addition, you can do a direct booking of hotel, flight. You can rent cars. You can also do cruises, rent cruises, okay? So these are the packages. This is the business portfolio. But because of time, we only talk about Dream Trips. In fact, there's another one that we call, I think Pink Prissy knows that, Dream Trips Local. Where if Ghana was part of the Dream Trips, if Ghana was a destination, and then they had partnered with most of the hotels, you could go to a hotel and eat and get 30% points off that cost, and it will accumulate to you as points to travel. So those in Kenya and other, they don't eat anyhow, they eat strategically, all right? Because they can accumulate points. Now, we are saying that company handles all reservation and back-end booking and planning. Like I said, your subscription includes miles and your other significant other. 5,000 trips offered each year. See, you can do a trip 4 times in a month. They don't care. And the 8 people you have your subscription, you can do this trip with them. If you have 100 people, you can send a mail to World Ventures, and they can do that on your behalf. All right, so take note of that. Now, then when we finish, then we come to the examples of the packages. So this is one, Phuket Island is one. There's a number of them. We decided to choose these ones, Victoria Falls and all that. And then from that, you come to the golden ticket, which is an offer that this will not stay forever. It is within this pandemic period where they can take advantage, because people will be saying that, why are we not traveling? And they are talking about travel. But we are saying that book a trip today and defer it for 24 months, that's 2 years, and get between 45 to 70%. So an example is a Pyramid Edge Hotel. I've slept in this hotel before, and I've gone to the Pyramid, also before. Now this hotel charges not less than $125, but you are paying $99 and you are having a stay of I mean 3 nights and then 4 days. And these are some of the packages. And then the flight booking engine, somebody is going to ask, is tickets included? So when you get here, you have to explain yourself well. We don't add tickets because of what the distances and the preferences. So in place of that, there's a flight booking engine that gives us a $200,000 flight accident insurance. And that technology in there, which is the registering card, that anytime there's a fall in ticket, if you book your trip, this registering card rebooks you on the lower ticket and gives you what? A refund. So for the package side, this is what? An example. There's the UEFA Champions League that you can also add to it. And we bring also the fact that we are also a company that does corporate social responsibility. You know, this is one of the strategic tools companies are using for competitive advantage. So if you show that you share your profit with the less privileged, it gives you a certain class, or it puts you in a certain level. So this is just about the product. The product. So when we are presenting, we need to hit also on the product. Okay. So now let me pause here. Let me pause here. So essentially, this is what I want to do today with you. Tomorrow we'll continue. I'll start and then just do a quick run through the initial parts, and then we go to the customers, and then we go to the networking part where we are talking about the business model, the compensation itself, what we need to look for, and all that. These things are very, very important. So when we are talking to people, we know what to talk about. So if you have any questions, you can ask.